All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Old to Premium with your old uncle, Darren Walters. And it's great to have you here because what we're going to discover today is simultaneous role play. Uh, in a typical game, what we have is a very standard sequential turn order where we play in clockwise fashion around the board. But with simultaneous role play, what we have is an opportunity to expand the number of participants in the game, as well as just to speed the game up in a significant way. Okay? And so all we're talking about is instead of rolling the die on each grower's turn and going in a clockwise fashion, instead one person rolls the die the whole game, and every grower in the game takes the consequence of that action and performs their actions or activities, whatever happens to be the case. Okay? And so that's what we're going to do here. If I roll the die, I roll a 6. Well, now suddenly everyone is rolling a 6. However, there does need to remain some sense of order, and we want to make sure that for instance, when we're grabbing crops out of the bag, that there is at least one advantage to being the person whose turn it really is. So turn order still exists, and there might be a special marker or something that each person passes around to demonstrate that they are in fact the person whose turn it is. But setting that aside, when I roll a die roll 6, it's fair game, and everyone can perform whatever actions that are available or activities on that turn. So in this case, I rolled a 6. This grower can perform their actions and activities. Let's say plant. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And this grower is going to do the same thing. They're going to probably do this. Plant or disc and seed. And then over here, we're going to disc, and we're going to plant radishes, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever you guys want to do. Okay, and so everyone did that. Let's roll another roll. Let's see. Okay, so it's a die roll 2. So now here's a case where there may have to be a special exception on the die roll 2, or not. The idea is the player whose turn it is can go ahead and move their crop either up or down in the market. But so can everybody else. If somebody else chooses to move it up or down, they can. Now you'll notice on die roll 2, you also have the possibility of performing the activity of placing a fender doodle in the market in order to lock that guy in place, lock the crop in place. So if you want to do that, that is your prerogative. You can do what you want. Okay, so these growers are probably going to be moving. They could also purchase an adversity card. That's a possibility on die roll 2. Everyone has access to the same opportunities. And so you'll probably notice that not only are the games going to be shorter, quicker, go by faster, you'll run out of resources, but there's also just more opportunities, in general, to do what you want. The one negative of simultaneous roll, there is a negative, and that is simply that it's harder to follow what happens on each grower's turn, right? Because everything seems to be happening all at once at the same time. Now, that doesn't seem to be that big a deal. Everybody knows from Settlers of Catan that that is a worthwhile game mechanism, right? We love that. It just speeds things up, and everything moves brilliantly and quickly, and we've got a rip-roaring game, right, every time. And so, admittedly, this is, I don't want to say stolen, but it's definitely influenced by Settlers of Catan, which is a major breakthrough game. People in the industry acknowledge this. It was a big deal because it introduced a lot of people who aren't really into board games, at least as adults, and it opened the doors for maybe more interesting games. Because let's face it, everybody has some games at homes that they play with their nephews and nieces and kids and whatever. And if you're the adult in the room, they're not that compelling because they're strong. They're really heavy on luck and chance, and which is great when you're learning, because your mind is still developing. But for everybody else, it can be a snooze fest, and so Oofta kind of counterbalances that with the interesting and intriguing gameplay for the adults. Okay. All right, so I think that's all we're gonna do for now. Until next time, everybody, keep on playing Oofta with your family and friends because quality time with them is super high on the list of things. That's well, that's good for you, good for your mental health, good for everything, society as well. And so we want to keep that bon ami, that good feeling, keep that good karma going, right? All right, so that's going to do it for me. Until next time, keep on playing Oofta, and I'll see you later. Adios.